Welcome to Lexington, where the sun shines bright literally and figuratively on their old Kentucky home, and the Big Blue Nation ready to get behind these Wildcats in this one. And boy, do we have a fun one ahead. Top 10 team, target on their back, going on their road and right into the snake pit. As we'll see the number 8 team in the country, the LSU Tigers, taking on the 19th ranked team in the land, the Kentucky Wildcats. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. Kentucky about to kick off to get things underway. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Offense working from the pistol. Looking for room. It's Miranda. They make the stop, and this running game moves the chains as they get the first down. The Bayou Bengals have been able to put on an aerial circus in recent years, but the foundation, a running game.
Yeah, don't forget about the run game. That starts everything, right? Because if you can run it, you can throw it, you can create some bounds and keep defenses off guard. But I think LSU does a really good job of always establishing the run game first. Then they'll get to their playmakers and all the speed out wide.
Couldn't get him blocked on that last one. Now it's 2nd and 14. Back to pass. It's Owens. Looking deep down the right side. And it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown LSU! And once he got loose, it was all over.
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before. There was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
About to kick it off after punching it in for the touchdown. He'll call for the fair catch here. The offense set for a first down play. Leaves it with the back. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Guys, this rough start is hardly what they had in mind to start SEC play, and it's not going to get any easier.
Well, no doubt about it. There were big expectations surrounding this program inside SEC play this year, and things haven't necessarily gone their way. They've had to fight a ton of adversity, but, David, they believe they have the leadership in the locker room to turn it around, but it's got to start today.
Yeah, one at a time. Like, we got to start today. We got to find something. We got to find what we're really good at, what we can hang our hat on, so we can start to build some momentum throughout the season. Obviously, not the start we wanted, but we got to point to the next opportunity.
From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. He got a bunch and looked close to getting a lot more, but he's got the first down.
And they may have caught the defense snapping there a little bit, David, maybe expecting pass on that third down, but because of the back's effort now, fresh set of downs.
And it's so nice to have a guy that you can give the football on these third down situations and feel confident you're going to continue to move the sticks.
Gets it all the way down to the 39-yard line. It'll be a first down.
Well, the play fake on the RPO bought the receiver some time to work himself open on the route. That was a man-to-man coverage on the defense. Nice job by the receiver putting his foot in the ground and separating.
Use the play fake. Now to throw. Hit hard as he released the ball on that first down pass, and it never had a chance.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out.
Touchdown, Kentucky! Hauled it in and just kept right on running to the hallelujah land. Lining up to add another. And it's up and good. So that was a 6-play, 75-yard drive. And the points come on a pass from 39 yards out. All tied up, just about set to kick it away. And he passes on the touchback. Here he comes. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. And, David, how they would love to stick it in the end zone one more time after that last drive.
And once you get the defense on their heels and you back them off a little bit, you get in a little bit of rhythm, it's really hard to stop, Jesse, and they're going to try to do it again right here.
And if you're this play caller, you're loving what's happening right now because everything you dialed up on that last drive ended up working out. You're just looking at your play sheet. Everything you're picking is working. Let's see if they can pull it off again here.
After getting knocked back to open this drive, it's 2nd and 12. Takes the easy completion. They make the stop right there. Good pickup, but still short of the first down. LSU right back to the line. On 3rd and short, they'll try to pick it up with the pass. He's going to have enough to pick up the first down as they stop him at the 33-yard line. The Tigers come to the line with a new set of downs.
Nice job by the running back, catching the football and understanding where the first down marker was. I got to go get that first down. Did a nice job of it.
Got enough for the first. Open runway ahead. He's showing it all, the juice, the jets, the moves, and he's got it down to the 16-yard line. The Tigers are on the move. To the ground with the back. Not a lot of daylight there. Let's give him one to the 14. Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Using his feet. And a good solid pickup there before the defense knocks him down.
You know, you talk so much about QBs, right, and having to make really good decisions. There's a great example. He didn't see anybody open downfield. He didn't hesitate for 1 second. He put his head down, and he took off and went running and generated an explosive play for the offense.
Not a lot of ground to cover and not much to defend. A big third down in the red zone. Snap it to the back. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down.
Well, this offense is sending a little bit of a message here. Of course, we know how much they've struggled on third down all season long. They're just never able to seem to get into a rhythm. But after that last running play, moving the sticks, you just wonder what that does for their confidence.
He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3. Can the D deny them on 2nd and goal? On the option. And he never had a chance to get the pitch off on the option as he's tackled in the backfield. It's still 3rd and goal. To throw, it's Owens. Trying to get to it. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. From the left hash, he'll try to bend in a 37-yarder. And he missed it. No good. After that failed field goal attempt, fellas, still tie ball game. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. That last touchdown drive was surgical through the air, Jesse.
It sure was, and that's why this offense is so dangerous, David, because they can score in a hurry because of how efficient they are throwing the football.
Yeah, and welcome to modern college football. That's what it is.
Fires into traffic, and it's picked off. And they'll drag him down after a good return on the interception.
And they'll take over 1st and 10.
Great spot to start this drive for the offense. Wide receiver coming across in motion. Looks as if he's going to run it.
Quarterbacks generally, guys, we know, they're not as big and not as physical runners as running backs, so it is going to be trickier for them to break tackles. I like the idea of getting the design quarterback run game going, but moving forward, let's see if we can get him out to the perimeter.
As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. He hurls one deep down the left side. Snagged in the end zone. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
One of the areas they really focused on with this receiver in the offseason was we need you to make more plays for us in the end zone. When we're taking shots, we need you to be able to step up and make tough catches. And David, what a grab right there.
Man, I think a lot of that has to do with trusting your guy, knowing where he's going to be, knowing when he's going to sit down, when he's not, so being on the same page, and then having a guy that can go get it. Just when the ball is near him, he's going to make the play, just like he did right there for 6 points.
As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll try the run. And they pick up the first down in what might be the last play here in the first quarter.
That's the end of the first quarter. LSU 14, Kentucky 7.
Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Moving the running back, forcing the defense to adjust. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3.
I know it's sexy to throw the football, but if you can pound it away and get these kind of gains, they will just add up, wear the defense down, get first downs, and ultimately get some points.
They've got 4 receivers out there, 2 on either side on 2nd and 3. He's looking to throw. He fires one deep over the middle. Receiver wasn't ready for the throw, incomplete.
Unfortunate with that incompletion, the quarterback and his intended target not on the same page.
Third and short now. They snap it from their own 46. They'll try to get the first through the air. Another incompletion on third down.
Well, third and short, I think the offense was probably expecting blitz. That's why they dialed up the screen, but it did not fool the defense. Great job defending the screen, setting up fourth.
Fires the pass, intercepted. Got room on the return. The 10. Touchdown, Tigers. A great return for the touchdown. Any return for a touchdown is a great one to a defense.
Yeah, how about that, man? Fourth down, trying to go make a play, get this offense going, get it sparked, get some points on the board, and that couldn't have gone any worse. They throw the pick. Not only that, they return it all the way back for 6. That offense just shot themselves right in the foot.
Fair catch, called for and made. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. Now we'll get a chance to see if they can answer that last score, trailing by 14, Jesse.
Yeah, and at this point in the game, I feel like offensively, you should go back.
Reels it in down the left side. And he's brought down after a huge completion.
The O-line gets an attaboy for that play. How about the time they gave their quarterback? Beautiful pocket. They allowed him to survey the field, find his open guy. This offensive line, they are gelling early.
They'd hoped to come up with explosive plays, and they used one there to set them up inside the 30, 1st and 10. The quick out. He's brought down, solid pickup, but a little bit short of the first down.
QB, excellent location on that throw. Out route against man coverage, you cannot miss. If you throw that behind, that might be a pick 6. So nice job by the quarterback with his accuracy.
The completion short of the sticks, it's 2nd down. The give to the back. And the Wildcats get it past the sticks.
And I don't care if I get it by 2, by 20, by 30, by 40. I just want to get the first down, understanding the situation, understanding where the sticks are. Doesn't have to be sexy, but I got to make sure I get to that stick, get to the first down mark.
They're threatening to score, and they'll throw it. Quarterback extends the play. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete.
And you knew he was going to take a step back because you can't throw the ball for over 80% in the season. Like, that's ridiculous. Last week he was on fire, but this week, man, he's freezing cold. And he's got to find something to get this offense going. But right now, just off target. Somebody needs to step up, make a play, and maybe get a spark for this offense.
Relying on that running game as they threaten a pickup of 4 down to the 13. Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And makes the grab in the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky!
Man, really nice job attacking the middle of the field. You see those safeties, man, I want to split them. He splits it right down the middle, throws that post, right on the numbers, catches the ball in the end zone, touchdown.
Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. No return coming. He'll call for the fair catch. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. The way this game started, you feel as if you have to score a touchdown every time you have it, and now we'll see if they can respond.
Yeah, and I wonder how much pressure.
Can anyone catch him? He's at the 40. Quarterback gets past the marker. Touchdown, Tigers! And they take it in for 6 more points.
I mean, talk about hard to stop. Like, so many weapons, so much speed, and then your quarterback is going to go 50-plus. Defensive coordinators, that's why nobody wants to play defense anymore or coach defense. You want to be on the offensive side of football because otherwise you got to defend weapons like these that are just weapons of mass destruction.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
A lot of eyeballs on your game, guys, and a few on this interesting matchup as well. Vanderbilt is down big on the scoreboard, and for a program that traditionally struggles to score, I think we know where this one is heading. They're trailing by 14 to Auburn. Just another week of college football where we've come to expect the unexpected. Fellas?
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere.
Can't rest on your laurels as a quarterback. We know how much success he had last game when he completed over 70% of his throws. This game, though, he's just a little bit off. At times he looks like he's pressing. He hasn't been overly accurate, and that's the reason why he's completing somewhere around 50% of his passes.
Slings it downfield. Makes the grab. Ripped off a huge chunk play on that one as he gets the first down before he steps out of bounds.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play, and I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
Pocket starts to collapse. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Back to the air one more time. Fires deep toward the end zone. And it's incomplete after taking a shot on second down. They're staring at third.
And listen, as a quarterback, you're trying to find the matchup, trying to find who's open. I don't know if anybody was open, but that was not a greatly thrown football. I don't know if it was miscommunication, but the ball thrown out of bounds and just on to the next down.
On third down, he drops to throw. On the run, still looking. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Man, really good job by the defense. They got to understand that boy can fly. So when he gets outside the pocket, I got to make sure I'm ready to go get him. You could tell he was still being a passer. He wanted to throw the football. Nice job closing under control, getting a hit on the quarter.
He'll take a shot. And it'll be intercepted in the end zone. Got some room to run. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
And this ball looks like it just got away from the quarterback. I think he made the right decision. He was going to the receiver that seemed open, but just not very accurate on the throw, and that leads to the interception.
After 45 on his way. And he was loose and in the open field and on his way. A tremendous pickup on that one.
Man, this guy is so scary when he has the ball in his hands. He kind of reminds me, he's got a little bit of Leonard Fournette. He's got a little bit of Clyde Edwards-Helaire, you know, just that shake and bake. And when they get in the second level, DBs just don't seem to know how to tackle this guy. You don't want to submarine. He might hurtle over you, but if you don't go in with conviction, then he's got the speed to get outside and take it the distance. This dude just makes your heart stop every time he has the ball.
And the running back didn't get much there. Nice job by the defense. You can tell they're focused in on this running back, on this run game, being physical, getting knockbacks, and limiting his carries.
After picking up a couple, it's 2nd and 8. We've reached the 2-minute warning, and they will try to build on what has already been a dominant first-half performance. They'll go 5 wide on 2nd and 8. DB's right up on the receivers. Looking for a man. It's Owens. He lobs one high down the left side. And they can't hook up. Going for the big play on 2nd down. Now it's 3rd down.
I don't know how the defense allowed that guy to get so wide open. Obviously, he's got tons of speed. We know that. But you've got to key on him and at least have 2 people running with him deep down the field. That time, that must have been a coverage bust because he was way too open.
And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. It's 4th and 8 and never a hesitation. They'll go for it. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Fires to the wideout. Finds his man enough for the first.
That's a great example of the receiver knowing exactly where the first down marker is. He got the depth he needed to get, so once he was able to make the catch, he already knew he had it, and now a fresh set of downs.
This is a designed run. Able to pick his way forward for a decent gain before the defense gets him down.
It's the MO of this offense, and they really put a lot on the offensive line to go out and really try and establish their dominance and their assertiveness, and they've done a good job of that early in this game, running the football.
On 2nd down, wants to throw. Caught behind the line. It's Miranda. Got some room, headed to the goal line. Touchdown, Tigers! What a grab and go for the score. They've extended the lead and taken control here in Week 9.
And how about the OC slipping in the screen pass? Try to mix it up, slow down that pass rush, let it come up the field a little bit, get it to your running back, let him do the rest. Nice blocking, nice play call to throw in the screen to change it up a little bit and get the big touchdown.
And he knocks the extra point through the uprights. Almost ready to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Not going to risk a return here. He'll make the fair catch. Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. They find themselves in a pretty deep hole here, but maybe a chance to grab a little momentum and regroup at halftime.
Yeah, a big chance. Like this is an opportunity. This is the biggest opportunity in front of them in the game right now. You got to get some points on the board. You got to create something positive, Jesse. There hasn't been a whole lot to be positive about in the first half.
If I'm playing quarterback, I'm locating my go-to guy at receiver. Who can I count on one-on-one to go and make me a play? Maybe even one-on-two. Who can go up, catch the ball, get us some yards, and get us some points?
And a great job by the QB, finding the running back, get him the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
Throws to the wideout. Working that left side. And he didn't squeeze it, it's loose. Oh, and he not only gets the ball back, he's also got enough for the first down. A timeout is called as this offense tries to find a way to get more points on the board before the half. To the air on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
And you want consistency from your quarterback, man. You don't want the up and down. You don't want the roller coaster. And last week, man, you had the highs of highs. And now this week, just off. He's all over the place. He's not completing the ball.
Fires one high and deep. Just about had another one picked off. They have been way too reckless with the football, throwing it away 3 times already. They line up with some serious work to do if they want to convert this one. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. Fires on the move. He's got it. Moving deeper into enemy territory. Move the chains. It's first down at the 27. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before. Running out of time here in the first half, they're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. He's going to pass. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. We've got a timeout in the waning seconds of the half, maybe a chance to get off a couple more plays. This drive facing a little adversity now. A 10-yard loss leaves them with 2nd and 20. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. First down sack pushes it back. Now it's 2nd down. Oh, he tosses it back. That should be the final play of the first half. We've played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update.
LSU 35, Kentucky 14.
LSU will put foot to leather to start the second half. He'll call for the fair catch here. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. They come into this third quarter with a lot of work they need to get done.
Yeah, and it starts with this possession. And I'm going piece by piece. I know this is coach speaking, very simple. I score. I get a stop. I score. I can get back in this game, but it's got to be one drive at a time.
It's going to have to be, but I think the mindset offensively is we're probably going to have to score every time we get it because our defense has been struggling. They have not been getting a lot of stops, so this is a critical drive here for this offense.
Last incompletion leaves them still sitting at their own 25 with 2nd and 10. They'll put the tight end in motion. Off play action. Fires to the tight end. Out across the 30 mark, down at the 35 after the 10-yard gain.
Well, I know the tight end did some good things after the catch, but got to give the quarterback credit, too, for the location of the throw. Because he put it out in front of his big man, he was able to make the catch and accelerate, creating some distance there between him and the defense.
Quick release on the RPO. The defense wouldn't let him loose there, and it was a completion, but they lost yardage.
He was not fooled on that one. You know, a lot of times you want to buy space, and you throw this route really when it's off coverage. But you could tell the cornerback was up, ready to come, pounce on that screen, and get the tackle for a loss.
From the gun, running back on the move. They stop him cold, maybe gets a yard to the 34.
I never know if it's grammatically correct to say a team is being out-physicaled. You hear it a lot in football, though. That's happening in this game. They are just not getting the push they need all game long up front to have any success when they decide to run it.
3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. And the ball is caught. He's inside the 35.
Well, if they're going to get back in this game, they need more plays like that. That was something that was missing in the first half. Explosive plays in the passing game, and they get one here, trailing early in the 3rd quarter. Let's see if these receivers can make more plays like that as this game goes on.
Caught in the backfield, it's Rodriguez. And they'll finally get him down after a terrific pickup. That throw and catch, a really good example of why coaches don't want a quarterback to get stuck on a particular target, isn't it, David?
Yep, that's exactly right. Find the guy who's open because you got so many guys that have so much speed that can do so much damage on the field. Find my matchup, get it to him, let him do the rest. You're down, obviously, at the half, you got a conversation. You got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing.
Just having these dudes bounce off of him like popcorn. And he's sprinting. He'll take it all the way. Touchdown, Wildcats. Well, the offense shows some life here and cuts into the lead with that score.
And, man, they needed it. They had to have something to go right. Listen, still down, but this is a great start to getting back in this ballgame.
Kentucky 21.
So much for the touchback. Here he comes. I imagine he's going to get an earful on the sideline after bringing it out of the end zone and being knocked down at the 11. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. This offense has really been clicking in the game so far, Jesse.
No doubt. Everything their play caller is dialing up, these guys offensively have been able to go out and execute there.
Yeah, and it's just maintaining the lead. Keep doing what you've been doing. You got a big lead. Let's just keep piling it on until they find an answer.
Back to pass, it's Owens. Swings it out to the flat. They make the stop, not a whole lot of ground picked up there, and they'll have work to do to get the first down.
Again, this is a running back that can hurt you running it between the tackles, and he's dangerous out in space. They like to throw it to him out on the perimeter as he picks up a couple of yards there.
This is the type of play that can give the offense momentum. 3rd and short from inside the 20. Quarterback floating away from pressure. Crosses the 30, he's got away. He'll make a play on 3rd down. He's got enough for the first as they mark it at the 32.
It's just so hard defensively to take your eye off this guy, especially on 3rd down. You've got to know that at any given moment, he can take off on you. They've got to do a better job on the back end, keeping their focus on him. He's the one with the football, and they've got to be able to react, or else they're going to get gashed like they did right there.
Got behind those pads and picked up 3 out to the 35. Reading the option, it's Owens. And they snuffed out that play from the start. He probably should have given the ball to the back. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. He's right on target. There to make the tackle, but the big throw is good enough to give them a first down.
On 3rd down, offenses have their plays. What they like in 3rd and short, what they like 3rd and medium, 3rd and long. Great job by the offense having success. Now, it's incumbent upon the defense to learn their plays and try to shut it down throughout the game.
He wants to throw. Quarterback now breaking the field. Trying to escape and get it himself. And he's running in the open. And maybe they try to spy on the quarterback, but it just hasn't worked. Another first down. He just keeps gashing them with his feet. And the Tigers come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Touch pass on the run. Really nice stop there from this senior leader.
And these little touch passes, man, they're just the easiest completions ever for quarterbacks. Palmer, I bet you would have loved being able to just flip it forward. That counts as to your completion percentage, which is good. And then it's all right after the catch. So pretty easy for a QB.
You wouldn't have been the only All-American in this booth, David, if I were allowed to have push passes when I was playing quarterback. I'll tell you that. It is so hard to defend. It's so hard to seal that edge, especially when this guy's full speed ahead coming around the outside.
Back to throw, it's Owens. Pressure coming. Gets it to the back. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. 3rd down conversions are a huge stat, and this one would be a doozy if they can pull it off. From the gun, wants to pass. Throws to the tight end. Oh, and it's a pick. He threw it right into the double coverage. Made the play on the pick, was hoping to make one on the return. He'll have to settle for letting the offense pay it off from the 26.
Not all DBs make the play at the end, right? They can bat the ball down, they can be in position, but they don't really secure the football. Great job by the DB securing the football and forcing the turnover.
Kentucky has it back, and the Big Blue offense takes the field. There's certainly still a hill to climb, but they've got to make sure these drives pay off. Got a touchdown last time. Can they back it up here?
Well, and it's amazing in a football game how sometimes they'll surprise you with what you do. Once you get settled, you realize what's going on. Now, I'm comfortable with it. Jesse, this offense looked comfortable on its last drive.
They sure did. It looked like they started to find some momentum. So now it's on this defense to stop that, all right? You're a little bit upset based on what just happened the previous drive. You've got to bow up again and go back to what was working earlier in this game.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. A run up the middle is stuck for no gain. Kentucky right back to the line. 3rd and long, and he'll try to throw for it. Finds his tight end. And he was knocked down immediately short of the line to gain. They'll have to make a decision here.
Coming up, 4th down. That's the end of the 3rd quarter. With the score, LSU 35, Kentucky 21.
Down by multiple possessions. You can't come up empty on this drive. They'll go for it on 4th down. Try to get it on the ground. Gets it to the 46-yard line. 1st down for this offense. Tempo and overdrive.
I know there's a lot of play callers that will try to throw the football there on 4th and 2, but they decided to run it, and that was a great call. 1st down.
And they'll bring him down after a short pickup.
As a defensive guy now, we're always zoomed in on the quarterback. I mean, these guys, whether they're throwing the football or running it, at least they have the football in their hands every time. You know where they're going to be. You focus in. The defense locked and loaded, understand what they were trying to accomplish, doing a good job getting to the quarterback, and then make those physical hits count. Finish those tackles with aggressive hits. Make that quarterback fail you for a whole length of a game.
And the defense at this point understands that the offense is going to have to try to throw the football, all right? They already got a lead, so they're now pinning their ears back and getting after this guy, trying to get him to the ground.
If they can convert here, that type of play can really give you a shot of momentum. And the defense is swarming to keep him from getting to the 1st down.
47-yard line. Now, a 4th down.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. 4th down attempt coming. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. Unloads to the wideout. Can't find his man. It'll be incomplete, and that is a heartbreaker this late in the game.
In the situation we're in, down 2 possessions, they obviously had to go for that one. And because they're not able to come up with it, it looks like they're going to be leaving this stadium with an L.
LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Boy, they had that last drive moving a little bit, David, but then the mistake just crushed them.
Yeah, and those mistakes are going to happen. You're going to throw the football, you're going to throw interceptions. But I think I stay aggressive with this offense. I get back to what I did in the first part of that drive, what made me successful.
I agree, David. Just turn the page if you're a quarterback, right? On this drive, you did a lot of good things there leading up to that pick. Forget about it, move on, play the next play.
After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Looking for a man. It's Owens. Out of the backfield, he's open. On the move is the 30. He's loose. And he'll run it into the end zone. Touchdown, LSU! They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. If this dude were a kitchen knife, you would be slicing tomatoes so thin your in-laws would never come back to your house.
Well, that'd be a good thing. I don't know if I want my in-laws to come back anyways, but he's been on fire. He's been absolutely torching this defense. They've had absolutely no answers for him.
About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Here he comes from inside his own 5. Finds his way up to the 24 before he goes out of bounds. Kentucky sends the offense back out onto the field. That 4th down gamble didn't pay off on the last drive, and it led to giving up a scoring drive, David.
Yeah, and everybody wants to go for it on 4th down. Everybody wants that, but your defense sometimes has to bail out your decision-making. We decided to go for it. We didn't get it. And the defense, Jesse, didn't come up big and prove me right.
Yeah, not complimentary football, no doubt. But look, this offense has been in these situations before. So you've got to come back out here, take the field. It's a fresh set of downs, brand new drive. Let's go out and execute with some points on the board.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. From the gun, wants to pass. Buys a little time with his feet. He throws back to the left side. Oh, and he gets downfield with the big catch. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
And Jesse, there's a huge mountain to climb here, but you might as well start with a chunk play.
Well, you got to start somewhere, Reese. It's been tough going for this offense all game.
Deep shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Wildcats. Ready to try the point after. Bangs it through for an extra point. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish with a big play, a touchdown strike from the 46. And he's going to bring it out of the end zone. Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return.
LSU offense will take over. 1st and 10.
The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. They'll run it, trying to drain time off the clock. Able to pick up a couple before he's dragged down at the 19.
And I think if you're the head coach, defensively now, obviously, you've got 3 timeouts in your back pocket. You're trailing at this point, and the offense is going to be running the football, trying to bleed the clock. They're going to take as much time off the game clock as they can before snapping it. You've got to start thinking about using some of those timeouts.
Tried to move that pile forward. He maybe gets 2. He's down at the 21.
This is a big pressure moment for the offense, too, because they've got the lead, but it's now 3rd down on their own side of the field. They would love nothing more than to be able to convert this, stay on the field, keep bleeding the clock. But the defense, I'd expect them to bring pressure here, trying to force the ball out of the QB's hands quickly.
Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. 4th down, and the punt team sends it the other way. 2 minutes now left in this one, and time is running short if they want to find a way to pull this one out. Line gets set, 1st down. He'll start this drive firing. And there was nowhere to go for this quarterback, and down he goes.
Man, a lot of coaches talk about starting the drive positive and a first play that can get you going. The QB just kept backing up and going backwards, and that is not the start to the drive they were looking for.
That is the last thing you want on 1st down as an offense, a sack. Now it's set, unloads it downfield. He's got it inside the 25. And he ran away from the crowd, and he'll take it in. Touchdown, Kentucky.
And listen, still a ways to go. A great job by this offense getting you back in the ball game. Now, we got a 1-possession game. We've got our score. We did what we're supposed to do. Now, how do we get this stopped? Now, the defense has to come up big and get me the rock back.
Looks as if the hands team will be able to recover the ball. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. Guys, you want to be productive here and not go into a shell, but you've got to take care of the ball.
Yeah, and I think you say productive. He's productive at this point in the game is running the clock and getting 1st down. So, Jesse, I can expect this defense to be aggressive, way up near the line of scrimmage, bringing a bunch of bodies, trying to stop the run.
And that's why it puts a lot of pressure on an offense, David, because you know if you do try to throw the football, it's probably man coverage. You're probably getting blitzed. It's going to be into a small window.
And it's intercepted. A huge 4th quarter play for this defense. And they'll close in on him after a good return on the interception.
Talk about coming up big in a big moment. Nice job by this defense. You had to make something happen. You had to get the football back so you could give your offense a chance to win this game for you. Nice job by the D.
Well, the quarterback can make a big play when he starts moving around. Still on his feet at the 45. And he'll get out of bounds. It's a 1st down there in plus territory, and now threatening to get the score. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Now the quarterback changing the original play call. He lets it fly. Got it in stride inside the 20. And chunk plays are the name of the game, and they get one here before the defense finally makes the stop. They've got him wobbling after that big play now to pay it off on 1st and 10 from inside the 15. Now from inside the red zone. He wants it all. Reels it in the end zone. Touchdown, Kentucky! Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point gives them a 1-point lead here in the 4th. Quick strike offense on that 3-play scoring drive. And they top it off with a 14-yard pass for the touchdown. Fair catch called for and made. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. After throwing the pick on the last drive, need to take care of the ball this time, Jesse.
We're going to find out a lot about this quarterback right here, too. How does he fight through adversity after that last drive?
Yeah, clear the mechanism, move on. That's a part of it, right? If you're going to be a great player, you got to learn how to handle these mistakes and move on.
They'll throw it on 1st down. Getting some heat. And he just chucks it into the 4th row.
Well, it's the 4th quarter, and you got to be so careful as a quarterback when you're throwing it over the middle of the field right now because these windows are really small. He's very lucky that last one was not picked off.
Right back up top on 2nd and 10. He's taking a deep shot. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. He's there to make the stop, but not before he sets up this offense 1st and goal from the 7.
It's a beautiful pass and catch. I love the job the quarterback does manipulating the defense with his eyes. He froze that safety, and that allowed his receiver more room to work his route.
This offense in scoring position with a fresh set of downs. They'll use the timeout, 6 seconds left on the clock. So this is going to be rife with drama and overflowing with pressure on this field goal try. They'll use the timeout, 6 seconds left on the clock. This kicker has missed his only attempt and desperately needs this one for the game. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. They get the timeout and the clock reads 3 seconds. And they decide to trot out the kicker. And this will be for the win. And it's good. The short field goal for the game. Guys, that one was a ton of fun to call, and the players, a lot of games sort of wash away in the memory bank. Not that one. That will be an indelible mark in their memories.
I agree, Reese. You know, I think back to my career at Florida, and just the games that stand out the most were always the ones that went down to the wire, whether we lost or whether we won. For this team, this is going to be a good memory moving forward, David, because of how well they played late.
Did you lose more of those or win more of those? I'm just asking for a friend. Tennessee, what happened? Hey, yeah, it's big-time clutch, right? These are the ones that define your seasons, define your careers, and the ones you never forget, those heartbreakers that come down to the last play.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.